I have officially welcomed in my 2.0. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you already know what I am referencing. This year, I've officially hit my 15-year mark in the sports and entertainment business. And to commemorate this, I have launched my own strategic advisory consultancy called Champion Strategies. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, why does this matter for both you and I? Whether you are contemplating a career pivot, exploring entrepreneurship, or simply curious about what it takes to transition into something new in your career at some point in your journey, this episode is for you. Before I could even get to this point of my journey, many of you know my resume by now, but for those who are listening to this for the first time, here's a very quick rundown. My career jumped off during my time managing Dwayne Wade's off-court brand and business endeavors while on his management team for close to about 10 years. Inclusive of my near-decade tenure at one of the world's most valuable sports agencies, CAA Sports, working with emerging NBA talent such as Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, Kobe White of the Chicago Bulls, to veterans such as Udonis Haslem of the Miami Heat alongside Dwayne Wade, to my role working for Stephen Curry as Senior Director of Strategic Partnerships and Development at SC30 Inc. Sabbatical even played an integral role to my 2.0 career arc as it stands. If you've journeyed with me since season 1 of this podcast, you know that I am a proponent of making use of strategic rest. Taking a sabbatical provided me with clarity and perspective. I was able to take the time to realize the gaps and opportunities I could fill in my industry and beyond, whether for athletes or other leaders in business who appreciate the approaches of someone like a Steph Curry and could see those same frameworks being valuable for their own business and brand. During sabbatical, I also reflected on what I wanted to build and how I wanted to continue to make the most impact in the industry moving forward. Without sharing anything proprietary, which would require me to send you an invoice, I realized the collective roles that I've taken on offered unique dynamics and roadmaps to success that I've contributed to. Those dynamics are frameworks that I believe are absolutely relevant in today's sports business industry and what I call Sports Business 3.0. I am going to dive more into what Sports Business 3.0 is on LinkedIn this year, so meet me there for those gems. So if you're not already following me on LinkedIn, do so. The link is in the show notes. Another connect that I realized is that over the years is that in about every role that I've taken on, I have operated as a strategist. Amongst other things, strategy is truly my superpower. Dwayne Wade was one of the first clients to refer to me as being strategic. And I remember that he mentioned this even while conducting a 2021 Adweek interview when we announced a brand consultancy venture within CAA's brand division. And to be honest, I did not necessarily wrap my arms around the idea of being a strategist my entire career. I did not realize that this discipline was even relevant to my early starts in athlete management and marketing. But over time, I grew into this discipline with all those years of sharpening and customizing Wade's brand partner marketing approaches. And I also had my pivot working with brands and doing some consumer insights within CAA's brand group collectively. All of those experiences built this muscle for me. Now, here is the next layer. It goes without saying that everyone that I have worked with has been champions. Literally, champions of sport. These guys have won multiple championships, awards, all-star spots, Olympic gold medals, you name it. And not to mention Hall of Fame. So my vision for my consultancy centered on this, hence the name Champion Strategies. Yes, it is on the nose for sure, but there's another layer here. I have redefined what and who a champion is to me. Champions don't just win trophies at the end of their seasons or have their jerseys lifted up in rafters at the end of their playing days. They are champions in their industry who have left their mark with excellence and look to leverage that excellence. Here is what a champion means to me. Champions have resilience. They overcome obstacles with determination and grace, and they find a way despite setbacks and failures in their businesses and lives. They have integrity. They stand firm in their principles, and they earn industry trust through consistent behavior. A champion is someone who has vision. They have a clear sense of purpose and direction and inspires others to see what's possible for themselves. They lift others up and they create opportunities for collective success. A champion has work ethic. They put in the effort in front of the scene, but especially behind the scenes, even when no one is watching. And with that work ethic, they are committed to continuous improvement and mastery in the industry. And of course, a champion has leadership. They take responsibility and they set examples for others. They do not quit. A champion is courageous, humble, they persevere, and they never give up on their goals or values. They are adaptable. They know when to pivot their business or approach. And last but not least, they have impact. They leave a lasting positive mark on their community or industry. These are the qualities of the people, leaders, and organizations I will be serving. This is what a champion is to me. So if you've been considering a pivot of any sorts, I hope that you'll continue to stick around and be inspired by my journey and the gems that I will share along the way. If you are not already, be sure to follow me on LinkedIn and on Threads, where I will share nuggets and insights outside of these podcast episodes. You are free to follow on IG too, but I have to warn you that my IG is more about my travels, libations, and the foods that I love to enjoy. It's the fun and adventure with a little bit of inspiration as well. So I'm just giving you a heads up. So when you see a pretty looking cocktail posted on my story or my grid, you know where I'm coming from. So follow and engage with me on LinkedIn and Threads. And if you enjoyed this bonus episode, download the episode and share it with a friend. Also, leave a rating and review if you have not already done so. I want to hear from you. And now, if you are listening on Spotify, you can actually now leave comments. I'd love to hear from you there as well. Until next time, I am sincerely yours, Arlesha.